My in-laws organized a vacation for the whole family. The phone didn't ring. It screamed. I was awake when it happened. I hadn't slept since the third night. My daughter cried herself to exhaustion and fell asleep clutching my shirt like it was the only solid thing left in her world. 2 a.m. My screen lit up like a warning flare. 47 missed calls. Mother-in-law. Voicemails stacked like bodies. Then another message arrived. 5 a.m. Father-in-law. What have you done? I stared at the words for a long time, long enough to notice my reflection in the dark screen. Calm face, steady eyes. No surprise, I had been waiting for this moment. Outside, dawn hadn't broken yet. The house was silent except for the slow, uneven breathing of my daughter in the next room. 3 days of crying had hollowed her out. They'd hollowed something out of me too, but whatever was left had sharpened. I didn't call back. I set the phone down carefully, as if it might explode if I moved too fast. They were supposed to be coming home today. 25 relatives. 1 cabin. Laughter, photos, memories. No room for outsiders. That was the word they used for my daughter. Not hers? Men. My wife had said nothing when they said it. She just looked at the floor. Then she packed her bag. She kissed our daughter on the head before leaving. "I'll bring you something nice," she said. My daughter asked one question after the door closed. "Daddy, why don't they want me?" I didn't answer. I started planning. The vacation itself wasn't the betrayal. It was the excuse. I'd known for months that something had shifted. Not dramatically. Nothing cinematic. Just the quiet erosion of truth. My wife had become efficient with her. Lies, short, clean, delivered without emotion. When her parents announced the trip, she smiled too quickly. Her phone never left her hand that night. When I asked about sleeping arrangements, my mother-in-law laughed. "Oh, it's tight. Only real family. You understand?" My daughter stood beside me, holding my fingers. I felt her grip tighten. Outsiders. That word doesn't fall out of someone's mouth accidentally. My wife didn't argue. She didn't push back. She didn't say, "That's my child." She just said, "It's only a few days." That night, I watched her sleep. Or pretend to. Her breathing was controlled, measured, like someone rehearsing innocence. The truth crept in sideways. I remembered comments her mother had made before. "You know, she looks nothing like you." I remembered how my wife flinched when paperwork came up. School forms. Medical history. Anything official. And then there was the man. A cousin. Distant. Always too familiar. Always present at family events. The way my in-laws watched him, not with affection, but obligation. A placeholder. When my daughter cried for the third night straight, something settled in me, heavy. Cold. I stopped hoping. Hope makes people sloppy. While they were at the cabin, I became methodical. I took time off work. I smiled for my daughter. I cooked her favorite meals. I held her when she woke up screaming. Then, after she slept, I worked. I requested copies of old hospital records, birth documentation. I paid for expedited DNA testing, 2 kits, one for me, one for the man whose name appeared too often in old photo albums. I didn't confront anyone. I didn't send messages. I watched. Phone records told their own quiet story. Calls routed through family plans. Messages deleted, but metadata preserved. Patterns, late nights. Shared locations that weren't accidents. At the cabin, they posted photos, bonfires, wine glasses, smiles. My wife never posted a picture with our daughter's name mentioned. Not once. The DNA results arrived faster than promised. I didn't open them immediately. I already knew. What I needed wasn't confirmation. It was timing. So I waited. They came home on a Sunday evening. The house was clean. Dinner was ready. My daughter was asleep. My wife looked exhausted, nervous. She hugged me too tightly. I handed her an envelope. No words. She opened it at the table. Her hands shook halfway through the first page. She didn't read the rest. Her face collapsed inward. "No," she whispered. I waited. She looked up at me, eyes wet, searching for something. Anger, confusion, mercy. I gave her nothing. The second envelope slid across the table, her father's name. Same result. The silence stretched until it broke her. "They said it would be better this way," she cried. "They said you didn't need to know." I nodded once. That was enough. The next morning, her parents arrived. They looked like people walking into a crime scene. I placed the documents on the table, all of them. Organized, labeled. I told them calmly that my lawyer had copies, that the school would be informed, that my daughter would never be called an outsider again. My mother-in-law collapsed into a chair. My father-in-law asked the wrong question. "What do you want?" I smiled for the first time in days. "I already have it." I walked them to the door. My wife stayed seated, silent, small. That night, I tucked my daughter into bed. She asked if Mommy was leaving again. I told her the truth. "Some people don't get to stay." She nodded, too wise for her age. I turned off the light. As I closed the door, my phone buzzed again. This time I didn't look. Some stories don't need an ending. They need an exit. And I walked away,